That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovebneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. See a high around 71. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a low around 58. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies with a light breeze. An afternoon high near 74. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on from your 1 to 3 every day, Monday through Friday. And today is Kitty Wheel Hike Tuesday as we bring in former recruiting coach, player, coach.
Blackshirt, as he was
Blackshirt, JUCO guy, Mr. Everything. Kenny Will, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro. How you?
All right, Kenny. I'm doing all right, man.
You
Just
recovered from this weekend?
Yeah, I think I'm getting better.
Getting better?
Yeah, as the week goes on, I get a little stronger. Little still lazy.
So you got your Red Bull?
Yeah, I haven't taken a sip of it yet, so I guess I'll do that right now then. All right, Kenny, this weekend, Michigan game. Great game. We got exposed in certain areas of our football team that we have to fix during this bye week, or might be a long season, but at the same time, Michigan is a good team. Not a great team, but a good team. When I say good team, probably middle of the pack, Big Ten. When I talk about them, what was your theories of the game?
I would say Michigan is not the Michigan 2 years ago. Like we talked about off air, I think they're probably a receiver away from being that type of ball club. Defensively, they flow around and they expose a couple of things that we have weaknesses on offense. Offensively, they did some things and exposed us a little bit. I think on both sides of the ball up front, they beat us up a little bit. So,
yeah, they tore us up in the front. I
both sides, offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah, and when we talk about how can we get better at these spots, position is going to have to be open again. When I say that is that these guys are going to have to start over from scratch again, try to get a better combination, try to see what guys have gotten better over the last 3 to 4 weeks. You probably want to give Elijah Pritchard a chance or see how does he work in this group. It's just a young season for us to start panicking like we're kind of, I wouldn't say panicking right now, but you hitting the red button right now.
No,
the help.
I wouldn't say panic. I think you want to hit a refresh. With this being the bye week, you want to get some guys some reps that you think you're going to need going forward because of this weekend showed you that you're going to need a couple more guys in different areas, different spots to help you out. So this week would be a week that you get some more guys, some more reps, and see can they help you go on the rest of the season.
Yeah. The quarterback for Michigan, Bryce Underwood.
Mm-hmm.
How'd he look to you? I mean, he looks like, to me, he's a inexperienced quarterback with a Cam Newton body that can really be the face of the Big Ten when I say probably the next couple of years after this year.
He's got a live arm. I don't think he has the accuracy with it, but his feet is what's going to give a lot of teams problems, which gave us problems on that run he had. But I think he's going to be a good player going forward. It's just his freshman year. There's a lot of pressure on him coming into this environment. I think he handled himself well. I don't think he panicked at all. I don't think you ever saw him push the panic button. I think that's a testament to the coaching staff to keep him in that mind frame. I think going forward, he will be the face of the Big Ten.
Yeah. Bock?
Yeah, it's interesting as we kind of break down this game and kind of want to get your thoughts on certain things. So obviously, we talked about the trenches. Now the question from there is what can kind of be done about it. Let's start with the rush defense. Was it a defensive line? Was it linebackers not filling, wrong angles from safeties, a combination of everything? What do you think was the biggest problem with rush defense this past week?
It was a combination of things. I think it was gap integrity, the D-line and the linebackers, and then the safeties coming down and coming down in the right angles. I think scheme-wise, we got out-schemed a little bit, just looking at the film. I think in some possessions, there was too many guys on one side of the ball. Michigan saw that, so they went to the other side. One time, we had too many guys on one side of the ball. Michigan ran to that side, and we stopped them. So I think scheme-wise, we got out-schemed a little bit, but I think going forward, you have to put the best 11 on the field that's going to help you and do things that they can do mentally and physically to execute the defense that's called, and gap integrity and lane integrity has to be on point going forward.
All right, let's go to the other side of the ball. The offensive line obviously giving up 7 sacks. There was pressure in Dylan's face all game long. Was it a roster problem, a mismatch on the edge for Nebraska? I mean, could they have left tight ends in? Was that, what would have more tight end help meant for the options downfield? What do you kind of think they maybe if they had the chance to do it over again might try to adjust?
I think you would keep a tight end in, have the back chip a little bit. I think speed-wise, those guys coming off those edge gave us problems all day. Prohaska, and so going forward, you know what your weakness is. What are you going to do to correct those mistakes and get better at it?
Yeah, maybe draws, maybe some
draws,
yeah.
screens,
Yeah.
something to slow the speed down. So we'll see.
When you look at the recipe for Michigan offense versus Nebraska defense, does it show? No, let me take that back. When the other teams see that Michigan exposed Nebraska in certain areas, does it make them do the same copycat thing? Because most of these teams in the Big Ten that you see, now you see a team like Maryland who has a running quarterback who's going to be able to do things, who's going to be able to watch the Michigan take and see how they was able to succeed. You just open up a recipe book for Nebraska versus the rest of the Big Ten when they see that, Bob. I mean, because when you show that your defensive line and linebackers are exposed and your safeties don't want to come up and hit, it showed this weekend, Bob, when we seen it. I mean, obviously you had to take Marquise Buford out of the game because he missed a couple of tackles. Linebackers, for me, they play a little bit too close. Need to back off the ball a little bit, especially when you talk about a guy like Marquez Watson Trent, because he's a shorter defender and he has to come back. I think he needs to come back at least be 6 off the ball so he can really see the flow of traffic and see how things are going. Because when the running back runs up in there, Bach, and it looks so clustered, and the next thing you know, he breaks 80 yards, it looks like that Watson can't see in there. When I say that, like he can't see the ball, and it kind of confuses us because now the running back's 80 yards down the field before we even notice it. Because I didn't know that he broke until it's just like he walked straight up the middle and came out a little pile and kept running. So, I just think things like that when we talk about, defensive line, linebackers, I've said this since we was hopping in the portal that we need to get bigger guys, bigger body guys, not just big guys, but big body guys, not just guys who's 265, 275. In the Big Ten, you're going to need those 310, 320 defensive tackles. I've seen Cam Linhart on certain plays line up as a D tackle box, which I thought wasn't fair, but at the same time, somebody has to play it. But we put a smaller guy at the defensive end spot with William Wheatley coming from the opposite side of him and putting number 15 on the outside of him.
I think what you said, what Bach said about exposure, it's on film now. Not only our 4 games, but Michigan's 4 games and everybody else's games that we're going to play, it's on film. So teams are going to look at us and see what our weaknesses are. And if we don't get better at those weaknesses, they're going to continue to expose them. What you put on film, the eye in the sky does not lie. We've always said that the eye in the sky does not lie. So some teams are going to see Buford at safety and make sure he's the last line of defense and see if he's going to come down and make a tackle. Some teams are going to see Prohaska at tackle, and if the back's not to that side and we're not chipping, if we're not leaving the tight end to help, they're going to put that speed rush up against him. So it's on film. And this is a copycat. Not, I wouldn't say league, but football is a copycat, period, because if you watched the game last night when Detroit ran that toss to the receiver and then he pitched it to the, Nebraska ran that play before a long time ago. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. So they just held on to that and they ran it at the opportune time. So, again, it's on film. What we've done the last 3 games are on film, and teams are going to try to expose it.
Yeah.
A big question out of this game, too, obviously, was how good was Dylan Ariella? Some would say that was the best performance they've seen from Dylan in a Husker uniform. Others are frustrated he wasn't able to evade the sacks a little bit more. What would you kind of break down, Kenny, for Dylan's tape here, and then also how much are the sacks on Dylan?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. I mean, if you don't have 1.5 seconds to throw the ball, you ain't got a chance. I don't care. If you watched Lamar Jackson last night,
yeah,
he's one of the best scramblers, one of the best running quarterbacks to ever play the game besides Michael Vick. They got to him. with their relentless pass rush, determination to get to him, and then retracing. A lot of people won't know what I mean by retracing. If a defensive end gets upfield, he retraces his steps and go get him from behind. That's what Hutchinson did last night to cause that. Hutchinson did last night to cause that fumble on Derrick Henry. So speed, it's like you said, Bock, screen, draws, slow down the speed rush, and then again, 1, 2, 3 seconds is what the quarterback is usually supposed to have. But when you only have 1.5 seconds to throw the ball, there's nothing he can do. Statistically, you want to say he had a great game. Again, you can put some of the sacks on him, but some of the sacks are going to be on the offensive line. And then scheme-wise, what can you do to help him out? Because he threw the ball well.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. All right, let's jump to now the coaching side. We've talked a little bit about certain areas that could have been better. I think it's interesting because Biff Poggi obviously coming in as an interim coach, against Matt Rule here. There was some miscommunications you could see on the sideline, but I think when you step back and it just kind of depends on your view. If you want to step back and look at it and say Michigan's got a better roster, Nebraska lost by 3, then maybe the coaching isn't too bad there. What did you kind of think from coaching as a whole from Nebraska? Compared, when you bring in when you factor in roster talent and that sort of stuff.
I think they did okay. I think they managed the game okay. There was only 2 times in the game where I questioned decisions that were made. And right before half was one of them. You're like, what are we doing? But then Michigan gave out Nebraska the opportunity to think about what they wanted to do because they never called a timeout. Rule saw that there was no time left on the clock if he did what he did, so he let the clock run instead of having to punt. Now you got one play, throw the Hail Mary. Whereas if Michigan would have taken a timeout with like 40 seconds left, now Nebraska doesn't have that opportunity to do what they did, if you know what I mean. So the communication part, I think, was great on Rule's part because I think if you were at the game, even on TV, it sounded like the fans were booing because we didn't take a timeout the play before. And then again on Michigan's part, if the head man was there, would he have called a timeout to prevent that to happen? So,
yeah, it's interesting. And then I think it's also too at this point. I tried to think because so much of the question of was this game close? Obviously, wasn't close in the trenches, but Nebraska ended up winning or only losing by 3. Maybe needed some a personal foul to kind of extend one of their drives. So again, there's so many different points you can kind of break down. Michigan dropped some touchdown passes. Nebraska stepped out of bounds on one. There's so many plays that this game could have turned out differently. If Nebraska's playing Michigan again, what do you think would be the result?
Well, going into it, I said 21-17 either way, Nebraska or 21-17 Michigan. If these teams play 9 out of 10 times, it's hard to say because, again, Michigan has something they can hang their hat on, the run game. And I think physically they're more physical than we were at times on Saturday. So I think that's what they're going to hang their hat on. And like the head man said at halftime, he wasn't worried about it. It was tied up, and he wasn't afraid. He didn't have no worries in the world. So they knew what their game plan was. They stuck to it, and I think that would be the case going forward.
Terrell, if you think Nebraska and Michigan played again, do you think it'd be as close? Do you think Nebraska maybe would be able to learn from their mistakes and pull out the win, or do you think Michigan, might play a little bit better and win a little bit more comfortably?
I think Michigan wins a little bit more comfortably. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's just the way that game came. If you take away a couple of the things that they did, you take a couple of away of things that we did. You take away the Hail Mary. You take away you're gonna miss field goals in games, but I just think they're probably like a 10-point favorite, better than us when you look at the how their defense is compared to our defense. I think their strong point of their defense is blitzing wise, and they got great athletes over there. They got NFL guys on their defense, especially that number 1. Now, offensive wise, Dylan played a great game. You can't take away from what he did. We're not there as offense yet when we can't put the ball in the end zone less than 20 yards. I mean, that's been one of the things that hurt us, especially not having a big durable back. And like Dardell, like we said earlier in the year that we're missing that one piece of our running back class, and it's a big guy. Now, when you talk about receiver-wise, the big name guys got shut out.
Yeah.
Dan Key, Isaiah Nair, guys,
Isaiah Hunter, yeah.
Isaiah Hunter. You know, guys they shut out. You let guys like Luke Lindenmeyer now come up, and he had a great game. Ja'Cory Barney is proving that he's that number one guy that we always say is, but he's our slot guy, so we have to keep him in that position because he's most needed right there. Like running game should have had more a little kick to it. I think that once they knew that we couldn't run on them, they was ready for anything they could do, especially on pass. I think they was setting us up for the pass. I mean, I'd rather you have 3rd and 3 than probably 4th and 1. I mean, 3rd and 1. They put you in a situation where you tried to run and you couldn't run, and it backfired on us a lot at the end of it.
If looking at it going forward, and I heard somebody else say it on the radio, if I'm a team, I'm going to stack the box and make Nebraska beat us throwing the ball. Especially if I got defensive backs that can cover. Like you said, they took 2 of them out of the game. You only had 1 receiver really do anything in a tight end. So I'm going to do anything. And one of my former teammates played here with me in Nebraska. He was a defensive coordinator. They came and played in Nebraska. And there was this certain quarterback. And I said, what'd you guys do? And he said, we just stacked the box to make him beat us throwing the ball. And this was Taylor Martinez. He said they didn't think that he could beat them throwing the ball. So they stacked the box and they came in almost beating Nebraska. So going forward, teams, like I said, it's on film now. Send more than we can block. And if we have defensive backs that can cover, that's we're gonna live and die with that.
The running game is interesting too, because obviously we've kind of highlighted all the big problems, right, from this game. And the running game, got about 100 yards, minus, the 50 yards from the Dylan sacks. So that's why the number was so low. But if you kind of look at the standard game there, but it was a game that kind of exposed Nebraska, I think, a little bit in that. And I don't want to sound bad because Emmett Johnson's been great for us, but again, just needs some help, right? And I mean, he had 24 touches in that game. You probably need him to, but he just kind of looked. No. I mean, he got beat up quite a bit.
Yeah. He got his head beat up.
Yeah. He, again, there's no definite number 2. And I guess Rule said that again today. They got to find somebody that's going to step up and take some of the load off of Emmett's plate. But you're going to have a number 2. Michigan had 2 running backs. They had two pretty good running backs.
Yeah.
That if either one of them was on the Nebraska roster, both of them would probably be our starting running back. That's how good they are. So I think that's where our weakness is. We don't have a guy that you can put in there and give him 5 straight snaps, 6 straight snaps to take a pressure off Emmett's plate. But we're going to have to find him because it's not going to get any easier going forward.
That's definitely interesting too. We can talk a bit about this a little bit when we come back. Is that Matt Sproul was actually able to talk and was willing to talk a little bit of NIL and saying, yeah, I mean, there's certain holes on the roster that we would love to have filled, but didn't have the money at that point because
you had the money, man. Well, just didn't go get them, man.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
so let's get that conversation rolling, perhaps next year.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt right here on 93.7 The Ticket, 1040 O Street. We'll be right back.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Verne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. See a high around 71. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a low around 58. And then tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies with a light breeze. An afternoon high near 74. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. Make it happen today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
You guys can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway. September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground,
Barrett
Excavating.
All right, Bock, let's get into some college football news today, man. Breaking news. Okie State fired Mike Gundy after 21 years.
No way. They pulled the trigger.
Yes,
Finally
they did. Gundy played quarterback at Okie State from 86 to 89. He leaves as the winningest coach in school history, 170 to 90, 12-6 in bowl games. They got rid of him.
Wow. Well,
for me, if I was going to fire a coach who's been at my school for 21 years, I would wait till the end of the season. But, in some cases, you got to get on the ball now. You got to get the ball rolling now. You see some of the hottest coaches right now are coaching, and you want to see how their season plays out. But, a guy like Mike Gundy, I probably will get to the end of the year, Bob.
Well, you had a chance to do it after last year. He was actually done after last year and renegotiated his contract. So they brought him back. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sad to see coach get fired, but yeah, tough losses. He's 1-3, right?
Yeah.
And they've been bad losses.
Yeah, they just lost to Tulsa and State on Friday, so that was bad. Of course, the beatdown to Oregon 69-3, and then last year's 3-9 season altogether.
Yes,
kind of coming together. Unfortunate for college football in my mind, because Mike Gundy is such a colorful personality, and really, I mean, you mentioned it. He's their all-time winningest coach. I mean, he really brought something to that Oklahoma State school that they hadn't seen maybe since the 80s or so. So, I mean, it was it's sad to see it happen, especially to the legends. And there's no way to. I mean, like you said, you just kind of delicately maybe do it. I'm with you, Terrell, though. It would have been nice. I mean, there's different ways to do it. We saw when Mike Riley, the writing was on the wall, he stuck through to the end of the season. I think Gundy probably deserved that. And I don't know how much better you're going to get unless you think, and I highly doubt it, that there's somebody there, maybe a Mickey Joseph situation that they want to run the interim through and see if he's got any chance to win it over, and get it going. But clearly Gundy seems to have lost whatever magic he had there in Stillwater.
All right, Bob, we're going to go through some coaches' names, and we're going to talk about the hot seat. Dabo Swinney. What you think, Bob?
I think that's an interesting situation as well. Obviously, they're off to the 1-3 start. Nowhere near what Clemson is expecting. I think he's going to be, we look at like Mike Norvell at Florida State, 2-10. I mean, that was awful, but he had built up enough equity there that you give him a chance at another opportunity. He was able to turn that around. Obviously, now they're a top 10 team, and that Miami-Florida State game, by the way, not this week, but next week will be incredible. So, I mean, I see it. I think he's a long way from, I don't think, almost regardless of what happens this year, that he would be fired. I think he should at least get the opportunity to rebound. Like I said, like Mike Norvell had, like Mike Gundy even had early this season off a 3-9 year that didn't work out. But it's crazy to see one of the few coaches in college football that has not just one national championship, but a few national championships under his belt. Now facing the music.
Well, here's the thing. I think he's ready to go. I mean, when you mix the words in that the things that he said, that the things where if they want to get better, they want to fire me. He's the one who took this program back to the heights they was, because Clemson was a down and out program. I mean, when you look at where he came from, he's a come from the coaching tree of Nick Saban, so he knows how to coach. But when you're going back and forth with people on the chat boards and all these people who want you fired, except the people at the university, you're fighting with keyboard warriors, not really people who's in the universe. I mean, in the university.
Yeah, we've got this is kind of a comment from Dabo Sweeney from after this previous loss to Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to flush it. I mean, this is a bad, feeling. It's terrible. I mean, this is what we do for a living. This is our passion. We work incredibly hard to get results that we want to get, and when you don't get them, it's a pain that's hard to describe, but it comes with the territory. So we got to flush it. I mean, that's all we can do. There's no hope for a better yesterday. I mean, you put your head forward, you block out everything, and you just do the work, and that's what we'll do.
And I think part of what's holding fans are especially frustrated is there was no holding down the expectations coming into the year. In fact, Dabo Sweeney thought they could be the first team to go 15-0, and he said as much. So I don't think that necessarily helped.
All right, Bock, play me Barry Alvarez.
All right, yeah, this is Barry Alvarez on ESPN Madison.
Coach, what do you make of how fans have reacted here?
I think it's embarrassing. I think it's terrible, despicable. They're spoiled rotten. Here's a team that you got young players trying to come on. They're competing. They're going to have a chance to get better, and you flip on them. They're early in the season, and you flip on them, and you're chanting for the coach. What do you think that makes? How do you think that makes the players feel?
Exactly.
And
that's a great point, Coach.
That's disrespectful. It's not loyal. You're not a fan. If I'm a person sitting next to me, boom, I tell, get your ass out of here. We don't need you in here. You don't want to watch this? Go someplace else. Go boo in a bar. That really upsets me.
That's Barry Alvarez reacting to fans. It was audible. You could hear it. Chanting "Fire Fickle," the student section at the Wisconsin game this past weekend. Blown away by Maryland. Another quarterback injury. Fickle cannot keep a quarterback healthy there, and the backup just didn't have any juice to him.
All right, Luke Fickle, third year.
Yeah,
third year.
Same hiring class as Matt Rule.
Not a good year.
No, but like he said, he's lost a quarterback again, and that to me that sounds like the athletic director has his back. That he's rooting for him and he's going to stand by him.
That just for right now to the board of trustees. Come say something, or or somebody who's more higher than the athletic director. That top donor. Hey, you're not gonna get my $10 million if Luke Fickle's still here, so you have to make that decision. Luke Fickle has not done a good job at Wisconsin since he's been there. They lost some games to teams they shouldn't have lost to, Bob.
Yeah, 15-15 now as Wisconsin's coach. The 2-2 start here. They've got a really ridiculous, tough schedule. But remember that 500 to us. I mean, Coach Rule's having around there. It's like, oh, well, okay, we'll see. There's some hope in year 3 for Wisconsin. Last year was the first year in 24 years, whatever it was, that they hadn't made a bowl game. So it's a bit of a culture shock for the Badgers to be where they are. Another point. A lot of people have said, look at Luke Fickle, as good as he did at Cincinnati. He's about the only Ohio State coach, and it was just 1 year, but had a sub 500 record there, since who knows when. But I want to ask you this, Kenny, because this kind of I think Barry Alvarez, as he's speaking there, like understanding, trying to get to negative fans and negativity that can always hurt the program, but the players. I mean, that's who you kind of feel bad for. And I know you were kind of there for some of those deals where, like 2017, the writing was on the wall early, and an athletic director was fired, and there was some of that negativity. Is that pretty tough on a lot of the young guys?
I think it's tough on the young guys. It's tough on the coaching staff. Me being around 3 coaches that was terminated. It's tough on families, but ultimately it's about the kids. It's about the players in the locker room. And you tell them basically, hey, this is you guys' team. Coach is going to come and go. But you guys, ultimately, this is your team. You determine the outcome of your season. You determine the outcome of your future. And you just try to be there for them, because again, there's a lot of negative things that's going to be said about them. Sometimes their families are attacked. So especially sitting in the stands, you hear stuff that players will tell you that was said to their parents and to their family members, and you basically tell them, hey, block out the haters, stay focused on the task at hand, and you just try to be there for them.
All right, when we come back, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Billy Napier deeper.
Yes. I saw that, and they saying dead man walking.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
The way this schedule look, man, Texas this weekend, Texas A&M the weekend after that. You still have an undefeated Mississippi State team. Then you go to Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State. Oh, man. I feel sorry for this guy, Bob.
We also have a Cash Blitz keyword that we'll give you too at the start of the next segment. So if you're waiting around, chance to win $1,000 too for a contest keyword.
All right, 93.7 the ticket. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to SmokingGunJerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, today at 402-474-1173.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. If I can have it today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
God can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there. Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back here on Bock the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket. Kenny Wilhite in studio with us. We'll continue our Husker conversations here in a moment in college football as a whole. But I did want to get to the Cash Blitz keyword here. It's time for Cash Blitz $1,000 cash contest keyword. Text it to 508-777-1000, 508-777-1000, or head to the website to click on Cash Blitz to enter. I'll give you a second to pull out your phone and open the site, and then we can get going here. All right, today's keyword on Bock the Blackshirt is HIT. That's spelled H-I-T. Remember, every keyword you enter is another chance to win. One lucky listener will take home $1,000. And don't wait, get that keyword in now. HIT, HIT, to 508-777-1000. You can't say I didn't try to help you today.
Gave me a cheat sheet, huh, Bob?
Yeah, there we go. So we were kind of talking about some of the hot seat stuff that was going on and is going on in college football. Again, if you're just joining us now, you might not have heard Mike Gundy, who would be near the top of the hot seat for college football, has now crossed over because he has been fired. And so therefore Oklahoma State moving on from the Mike Gundy era again. Not necessarily shocking because of where the program is in the start of the season, but was one of the longest tenured, in fact, behind Kirk Ferentz, the longest tenured head coach in college football to this point entering the season. So Kirk, again, cross another one off your list. You're surviving them all.
It'd be interesting to see. So Kirk, Gundy, is Whittingham at Utah the next?
I think Whittingham would be next.
Would be the next one.
Yeah.
Golly, it's crazy.
And I think Dabo's pretty much right behind him on that list.
Because Saban's done.
Yeah.
Yep. So wow.
So it's just crazy to see the different eras of football,
different era.
You kind of get one pass here from Mike Gundy. Probably had a few other names on that on the hot seat list for us.
Yeah, Billy Napier. We got through with Billy Napier on this list, so I guess the next one we'll go to Sam Pittman, Arkansas. Lost that game to Memphis this weekend after barely losing to Ole Miss the week before. He's been on this is his third year on back-to-back years that he's on the hot seat, Bob.
And you have a former head coach on his staff that I read was trying to get his way in there, wiggle his way back into the head man role. So, yeah.
Well, you definitely have somebody there that, at least on the interim basis, could factor in. It's surprising Pittman it seems like has lived on the hot seat since he took over the job in 2020. He went 3-7, 9-4, 7-6, 4-8, 7-6 again last year to provide some hope, but 2-2 to start here. Overall, 32-33 right now, 14-29 in SEC play.
Bill Belichick. Are we gonna, should we put him on the list, Bob?
I don't know. I mean, I think everybody gets their first year as bad as it can go. We just talked about Kirk Ferentz, the longest tenured head coach in college football. He went 1-11 his first year. So, you almost get a pass for it, but it's not looking good for Coach Belichick to begin with.
Yeah, not looking bad. Mark Stoops, Kentucky.
Yeah, again, another guy that it's funny because he kind of jumps back and forth between getting extensions and being on the hot seat. So kind of surprised to see it. Similar to Arkansas, I mean, both those programs have just struggled to find the answer, to get a coach that can get in there and get a whole lot of wins. Stoops over his time at Kentucky, 69-74 now, 28-63 in the SEC. Those numbers are almost surprising because, again, I think of Mark Stoops for, the years that they pop up, had a 10-win season in 2018, 2021. They've been able to pop up here and there, but it's just tough to consistently build a winner at Kentucky. They've started 2-1. They went 4-8 last season. So, I mean, I think there's still, in my mind, a lot of season left, and he should somewhat get more grace than some of these other coaches because he's been a long tenured coach at Kentucky since 2013.
Yeah. When you talk about it, Bob, he might be probably one of the safest coaches because when you look at it, they would owe him 75% of his contract, which is $40.5 million. So that can buy you a year or two if the school really doesn't want to pay that money.
Yeah, oh yeah. Look at Napier and your boy Norvell. I mean, at Florida State. So those buyouts are steep. I think Belichick's is probably. I don't think it's that much.
Yeah, could they decide? Hey, this just is not where we wanted it to start, and let's go away from. I mean, the Jordan Hudson, his girlfriend, situation might be playing a factor.
That's a soap opera.
It is.
That's a soap opera.
It really is, and it's surprising with Belichick that it would be that way.
Yeah. All right, Bach, we lost a recruit over the weekend. Bach, did you see that?
Yes, we did. Lost a wide receiver today. Don't have his name in front of me, so I got to pull it out. It's kind of a tough one.
Devon.
Yeah, Devon something Witt.
Yeah. Bonwell Witt.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's from. It doesn't say where he's from.
He was one of the top players in South Dakota, wide receiver that Nebraska was in on. Had been committed to Nebraska for quite some time. At some point during last season, committed to Nebraska. But, yeah, decided to decommit today.
He's a kid that's been battling injuries, too, I think. So, yeah, that could be both ways, deciding to part ways. So, you're not going to get the true story out of that one.
Yeah, those are always interesting. A lot of that can kind of happen over time and senior season. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I always kind of think of that. If you commit somewhere your junior season and you go out and play as a senior, you are kind of risking a lot.
Well, you have to play as a senior,
right?
I mean, unless you're one of those big time players, you have to play as a senior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, check this out. Another crazy little thought I got right here. Crazy to think that in 2014, Stephen Pearl was a medical sales rep, Bach. Now, 11 short years later, he's the head coach of the Tennessee Auburn basketball team.
Well, who what?
Stephen Pearl.
Bruce Pearl's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did name him the head coach.
Yeah. He's going to be the head coach.
Wow. Well.
Not as much of a rags to riches story because he's the son of the
he's the son of a head coach.
It is interesting. He was thinking about a different career here for a while.
Yeah. All right, let's go to break, y'all. When we come back, more college football talk with Kitty Will Height Tuesday. Bock The Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Stein holding, cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Need a tractor that works as hard as you do? Whether you're baling hay or feeding cattle, a John Deere 6M or 6R from Landmark Implement is built to handle it all. And right now, you can get 0% fixed rate financing for up to 72 months on new in-stock models. That's 6 years with zero interest on the tractor your operation depends on. Hurry into your local Landmark Implement or visit landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I could call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevenson Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevenson Smith Construction slams expectations.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinnie Krekak of State Farm Insurance. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Blackshirt. Oh, man, this is a good one right here by Bob Becker. He said, I hope Dana Holgorsen doesn't leave to take the Okie State head coaching job. Didn't he coach for Gundy?
He did.
Ooh, man. Now, if he wanted to get back into the coaching game.
If he wanted to get back to be in the head coaching seat.
That's a good fit for him.
Yeah.
That's a good fit.
Yeah. It would be. He'd do well in that conference.
That's very intriguing. Yeah, I mean, I think it is something that I think most Nebraska fans are aware of, that Dana Holgorsen probably is not going to be the offensive coordinator here for the next 10 years. He's going to have opportunities, especially with how Nebraska has looked so far on offense. The numbers certainly support it, especially when you look at year over year to where Nebraska is at this point, especially with their passing offense. So I mean, that's just that's part of kind of the story there, but that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that either. With Oklahoma State having a tie there, I don't know what their top names would be or who they're kind of looking for, but that's definitely an established coach with a winning record over the years. Didn't finish off as well as he wanted to at Houston or at West Virginia. So I don't know if he would be the top of that list, but I think he'd be up there. I mean, when he was an offensive coordinator, it was great. It was a different time though.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the way Nebraska playing, if Nebraska can turn this around and keep winning these games, his name goes up and up and up and up till it can't go up anymore. He's putting himself in a great position that's if he wants to be a head coach again. I mean, that's not barring that he probably doesn't, because he likes the role of the offensive coordinator. Head coach job role is longer than what a offensive coordinator role is, because the head coaches have to look after everybody, not just a specific group or title that they have. All right, Bob. Top games this week, man. Bob, who you think number one?
Man, there's a couple of them, but I mean, especially in Big Ten country, it's got to be Oregon and Penn State.
Whiteout.
Yeah.
Whiteout Saturday night. Oregon versus Penn State. I got Penn State. I haven't seen anything special in Penn State this year. I got Oregon.
I was about to say, hold on. If you don't see anything special in Penn State, how can you have? I have Oregon. Okay.
I haven't seen anything special in Penn State this year. I mean, when we talk about last year Penn State team, you talk about the tight end.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who was exciting to watch. They do have both of their running backs back, but at the same time, they've done played close games. And I hate to say it, but yeah,
I would
this Oregon
I would
Penn
lean
State.
towards Oregon.
Yeah, me too. All right, Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna say that.
LSU, Ole Miss. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get that from Ole Miss. Just watching their quarterback play, even their backup quarterback he's probably better than the starter, but they're on the same page. But if I had to pick a team right now, I'd probably go with Ole Miss.
There's a little bit of extra going into that game. Did you see the story coming out today? So Lane Kiffin's daughter, Landry Kiffin, is dating LSU linebacker Whit Weeks. And this has been in the case for a couple of weeks now, but she officially on her Instagram tweeted out their first couples picture. And Lane Kiffin responded by saying, take the over, implying that they might run up the score if they're in a position to do
shots
so.
fired.
So, yeah.
Bulletin board material already.
Absolutely. So that's kind of fun going into that game. That's just a fun game in general. LSU, of course, did get a benefit of the doubt a lot for their opening weekend against Clemson, rose up to the rankings. Everybody's okay, top 5 then. Since then, we've seen Clemson maybe not as good as we thought they were. So, maybe LSU overrated at this point. Maybe we'll see, because Ole Miss is gonna give them a shot. That's been one of the better programs we know over the last several years in the SEC.
Where's that game at?
Do you have that in front of you? I could pull it up.
Ole
here.
Miss. It's in
yeah.
Oxford.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Ole Miss.
Yeah, they're even favored by 2.5 at this point.
All right, Auburn versus Texas A&M.
We'll see if Auburn's for real or not.
Well, they played a great game against Oklahoma this past weekend. A lot of people say Auburn should have won that game, but
shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, Brian McKnight.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch that game. Period. All right, TCU versus Arizona State.
TCU has looked really good this year. I don't know if they've played anybody to the extent of Arizona State, so that one is going to be interesting.
Yeah, Arizona State's fun to follow with what they've been obviously winning the Big 12 last year and kind of being one of the surprise teams. Early loss to Mississippi State undefeated, and they've got an interesting game against Tennessee. They're welcoming in this weekend, so maybe we could see Mississippi State might actually be pretty good. But Arizona State needed a game-winning field goal last week to beat Baylor. Baylor's a solid program. But it's one of those games you're going, one of these teams is going 2-2, one of them's 3-1, one of them's going to be happy, one of them's going to say, okay, here we go again. And Arizona State survived that one. Now, like you said, this week, TCU, probably for a battle for whoever the winner will be in the top 25. The loser will not.
All right, Bob. Indiana versus Iowa. In Iowa.
Yeah.
Is that a Friday night game or a Saturday?
That's a Saturday game.
Ooh.
The TCU-Arizona State game will be Friday, by the way.
Yeah.
I watched.
Indiana put 63 up on a number 9 ranked Illinois team.
That I think was rated higher than they should have been. But that Indiana team looks really, really good. Boy, I tell you what, that quarterback is, with those receivers, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they've got Mendoza right up there in the Heisman race.
Oh, yeah, he's the number 1.
Yeah.
He's number 1 so far. Maybe we should see if we can get Kirk Signetti. Google me.
I think everybody's going to be saying that. He's going to be a hot name for any job that comes open. And he did sign an extension at Indiana. Maybe wants to kind of build it there. I think it's going to take a blue blood to, or close to it, that big type of
something like
job to come get him.
Alabama, probably a what else? A Florida.
Florida might be one that
Florida
comes open.
Probably that can get
I don't think he's going to UCLA.
No,
is my point. Virginia Tech.
I don't think anybody wants to go to UCLA. Or, I don't think he goes to Virginia Tech.
Rate the jobs now. Oklahoma State, UCLA, Virginia Tech. Which one's the most desirable?
Probably Virginia Tech out of all of them.
No, I would say Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State?
Because they have the backing.
Well, that's what they say.
They have the backing.
Well, they ain't been backing nobody else.
It's tough because originally you would think just, the Big Ten job, UCLA, but UCLA has been such a struggle. Yeah, for many coaches.
Yeah,
trash.
Yeah, they are just if it was me, I would say the Virginia Tech job is probably one of the most easiest ones and probably the one you can win at first.
Well, now if you look at it that way, yes.
Yeah, if you want to win, probably Virginia Tech. But if you want to, anything else, the hardest one to me is probably
UCLA.
UCLA because they have no funding, they have no backing, they have no stadium, and they're playing at the Rose Bowl Stadium, which is probably 27,000 people. They have that comes to the game.
If they're lucky, yeah.
If they're lucky,
yeah. I saw the lowest ticket was $6.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy.
It's sad. Such a cool venue too.
Yes.
Let's see what's the tickets this week, Bock. Right here. Here we go.
There's a couple of them.
Florida State, Virginia, $45.
Yeah, that's not bad.
TCU, Arizona State, $36. Me and Bock is going to Houston this week. We're going to Oregon State. $11.
$11.
There you go.
Oh, Trent,
$22.
Trent Bray.
Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, 22. USC, Illinois, 59. That's not bad. We can make it Chicago in 7 hours, Bob.
6.5.
I don't want to go to that game.
Huh?
I don't want to go to that game.
Number 22, Notre Dame at Arkansas, $60. Rutgers at Minnesota, $38. Duke at Syracuse, $84. Let's see what else. I know it's something, Lord, it is. Louisville, Pittsburgh, Buck. We on the way. No, we're going to take the other one. Louisville, Pittsburgh, $13. Cincinnati, Kansas, $82.
You got to pay for that new stadium.
USC, K-State, $52. South Alabama, North Texas, $20. Me and Bach is going to Bowling Green, the University of Ohio, Frank Solich School, for $6.
Yeah,
That's the one I
deal.
$6.
Yeah.
Utah State at Vanderbilt, $18. Eastern Michigan at Central Michigan, $20. Georgia Southern at James Madison, $107. Oh, that's a little high right there, too. Arkansas State, University of Louisiana Monroe, $25. Ohio State, Washington, $114. LSU, Ole Miss, $209.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough ticket.
Auburn, Texas A&M, $159. Indiana, Iowa, $75. UCLA, Northwestern,
$3.
76.
Northwestern got to pay for that new venue.
Cal and Boston College, $32. Baylor, Oklahoma State, $44. Utah, West Virginia, $76. Buffalo, Yukon, $23. San Diego State, North Carolina, $21. Rice, Navy, $24. Akron and Toledo, $29. Linwood, Miami, Ohio, $21. Yeah. Oh, Buck, I found one lower. Tulane, Tulsa. Over or under $8?
It's got to be under because 6 was the cheapest we've had.
Over $7.
Oh, it's $7.
Gotcha,
Okay, yeah, you tricked me. Tulsa coming after win over Oklahoma State. I'm surprised their fans are going crazy.
State, Southern Miss, $7. Memphis, Florida Atlantic, $11. Oregon, Penn State.
Let me guess. Lowest, 185.
No.
Over?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
235.
Over.
250?
Over.
No way.
395.
Oh my goodness.
Tough to get in there.
Penn
Tough to get in there.
Penn State versus Oregon. Alabama, Georgia. Over or under 350.
Over.
At Georgia.
At Georgia. 376.
Over.
San Jose State.
$400
San Jose.
$400 to go to a game.
Yeah. San Jose State versus Stanford, $8. Appalachian State, Boise State, 88. Colorado, BYU, 84. Louisiana Tech, UTEP, $13. Marshall, Louisiana, $22. South Carolina, Kentucky, $80. Ooh, $295 for a whiteout. I pay it.
You would?
You would.
With your credit card.
No,
that's about it.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen, Captain.
All right, guys. Which?
All right, I got a quick read for people out there too. If they're looking for something to do here, the EV Ride and Drive is happening this Sunday, and you're invited. Join Lincoln Electric System on September 28th from 9 to 1 at the LES Operations Center, 9445 Rokeby Road, to test drive electric vehicles and talk with local EV owners and dealers. The event is free, fun, and full of discovery. Whether you're ready to make the switch to an EV or just want to learn more, this event is for you. Visit les.com/drive for details. And I know you've, Kenny, have you had any experience with the electric vehicles so far?
They're so fast.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Have you ever driven one, Farley?
No, don't want to.
Why not?
I'm a gas guy.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't buy one, but yeah, they're.
You sell cars.
I wouldn't buy one.
Can I come test drive an electric car?
Come on.
What all I need?
Nothing.
All right.
Driver's license.
All right.
You got a legit driver's license?
No.
Okay, it is.
Yeah, I'm still driving like I was in college.
You probably are. Hey.
All right, guys. How many teams in the Big Ten are undefeated?
that will end up undefeated?
Or undefeated right now.
Right now.
As we talk. You got them googly eyes. Got to keep your eyes off my paper. You cheated a lot in college.
I'm going to say 4.
Wrong.
7.
Damn it, Bob.
He's got the computer over there.
I was trying to think. So you got the ones that you would expect, like Ohio State, not Michigan, Ohio State,
Oregon,
Penn State, Indiana, and then Maryland. I know is undefeated at this point. Michigan State's lost. What do we got? 5. We need 2 more.
Not telling you.
Rutgers?
Nope.
They lost to Iowa.
They lost to Iowa. That's right.
Minnesota lost. Northwestern lost. Do we mention Maryland?
Yep,
we mentioned Maryland. All right. Well, then I'm probably running out of here. USC.
USC.
So we need 1 more. Maybe you can help us draw. I don't know.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Washington. There
Bob knew it.
There we go.
Just got to wait his turn.
Yeah, he's going through my 18 teams in my head.
It's hard to scratch off 18 teams in your head, fast.
I know. At least go back and remember what's there.
7 undefeated.
Yeah, it's more undefeated teams in the nation. I think it's like 20-something teams in the nation that's undefeated. I got to get them, but I know that for sure. So.
Yeah, I know. It's it's fun to follow because obviously not all stories are the same. Specifically, I was watching, looking and following UNLV. I have for years, and of course, Dan Mullen being in there, they had to come back. They scored the final 17 points against like a Miami of Ohio. I think they're like 1-3 or something like that. So just got to survive in advance, right? Especially when you're trying to go undefeated, and especially when you're a group of 5 team that's going to position yourself to try to be that team to make the playoffs.
And he inherited some talent there too.
Yeah.
So he's done well with what he's got, and I wish him the best.
Yeah, absolutely. They did lose a lot too. I mean, he got some talent, but a lot of them left.
A lot of them left and went with the old guy that was there with them. So
yeah,
yep.
Even Jaden Mayava. Now that's been 2 years that he left, but now he's starting to put on a show at USC. So there's been some talent that went through Vegas here recently.
Oh, Vegas, UNLV. What you looking at, Farley?
I don't know.
He's still trying to find those undefeated teams.
But, no. I got it somewhere.
Oh.
I just got to go back through my notes that I sent them.
You said?
Yeah. All right, let's go to break, guys. And when we come back, we'll talk some more college football here at 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt.
Need a tractor that works as hard as you do? Whether you're baling hay or feeding cattle, a John Deere 6M or 6R from Landmark Implement is built to handle it all. And right now, you can get 0% fixed rate financing for up to 72 months on new in-stock models. That's 6 years with 0 interest on the tractor your operation depends on. Hurry into your local Landmark Implement or visit landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door, made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Experience an electric vehicle firsthand at LES's EV Ride and Drive, September 28th at the LES Operations Center. Registration is open now, but spots are limited. Visit les.com/drive to reserve your drive.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
It's time for Bonzal Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonzal Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
That doesn't stop me. Nothing stops me from playing Call of Duty. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. All right, Bock, it's on you, my man.
All right, got a few stories from college football and the NFL. Let's start in college football. We've been listening to a lot of different coaches today. I did want to get you guys' thoughts on Chris Kleiman here. He was asked about Kansas State's schedule, their season so far. The questions included in this dialogue. So I'll go ahead and play it and gives you guys thoughts. There's maybe something to read between the lines here from Coach Kleiman.
Through this point in the season, it's not a place that K-State fans are used to being, but it's also not a place that you are used to being in your coaching career, especially with the just on-field adversity. Especially, how have you kind of handled that?
Well, it sucks. I mean, let's be honest. We all know it does. And we've got to dig ourselves out of it. And there's no reason for me to point fingers. There's no reason for me to, I can get frustrated, but there's not a free agency period right now, or there's not a free agency period with coaches. I mean, it is what it is. We've got to figure this out. There's good football teams out there, and we've got a bunch of them that we're going to play, including this week. And always in this league, you're going to be in dogfights, and it's going to be a lot of one-score games. And so we got to dig deep and find a way to win these one-score games. The optimism would say, hey, we've been within a score of every loss we have. That's easy to say, but we're not playing well enough to win those games. We haven't earned those wins. We've earned the loss because we haven't played well enough. We lose by 3 points, 6 points, whatever it may be. We gotta do some things and find some things within to win those games and earn those wins. And that's where we're all, meaning fans, players, coaches, all frustrated because we all feel we're better than what we're showing. But that you better act upon it. Words are one thing. You gotta act upon it. You gotta go whip that guy across from you one-on-one. And that's what we're not doing right now.
So there you have it, Kansas State coach Chris Kleiman. It's just so interesting. Along with conversation we kind of started didn't quite get to all the way with Matt Rule, just openly talking about NIL and the fact that you can't go mid-season and go get some guys. I thought it was particularly interesting. He mentioned there's some, he doesn't have, it's not open season for coaches either. So maybe he's already got some ideas on some certain position coaches. But yeah, Kansas State, again, off to that 1-3 start, 24-21 loss to Iowa State out of the gate. I thought they looked like the better team. Just lost then, lost that game the next week, barely beat North Dakota 38-35. The upset, Army beat them 24-21 in Manhattan, and then lost to Arizona 23-17. And by then, I did not think they were the better team. They looked awful. They were able to get a couple of big plays to kind of stay in that game. But now you look at the next game for Kansas State. Here comes Scott Frost. This coming weekend, it will be a home game for Kansas State. But Kleiman, it's interesting. He's had such a good resume there. You look at him so far, the last 3 years, they've won 9-4, 9-4, and 10-4. And of course, that 10-4 year was when they won the Big 12. Doesn't look like they're going to get there this year. Again, one of those guys I think has done enough that you're not going to necessarily talk hot seat yet. But it is kind of the down year that can lead to things going into next season. Yeah,
the thing I like what he said was they haven't earned the wins with their play. He doesn't want it to be given to him. He wants to work for it. The coaching staff, the players, everybody that's involved in that program, they haven't earned the wins. Again, I said this the other day. Sometimes it's not about the X's and O's, but it's about the Jimmy and Joes. You can draw up any play you want, any defense you want, any offensive scheme you want. If there's not good execution within those schemes, or if you don't have the talent, you're not going to get those wins. So it's interesting to hear him say that, and I think he's a really good coach. I actually interviewed with him when he was at North Dakota State. So no, I think he'll get it turned around. I think he'll get it figured out. And there is some couple of hints he threw out there, and let's see what happens. Yeah, it will definitely be interesting. And again, these conversations from the coaches to hear kind of talk about roster management mid-season while things aren't going well is definitely something new to get used to. It's not like you can go out and make a trade. I mean, your guys are your guys, and it's the same thing here. I mean, the guys that we have here at the University of Nebraska on his roster, the guys you have to play with. You just have to find ways to get them in position to make plays and execute. So now going back to that Matt Rule quote, I did want to ask you guys too, because he basically said, they wanted to go and get a running back. They didn't necessarily have the money to.
at a certain point. And I've heard from different fans, like in one way you kind of understand and kind of say, okay, you gotta fill these different holes on your roster, and you got to prioritize those and hopefully get some development along the way in some of those other spots. But, I've definitely heard the critique from that comment. Maybe you misspent some of that money that, that could have been shifted toward another running back.
Preach.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the guys that they spent money on, who are those guys, one starting, or are they contributing in some way? And if they're not, then yeah, you can question some of the guys that he spent the money on if they're not doing it.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because I mean, and again, it's nothing necessarily against Mekhi Nelson or any of the backup running backs. You got to obviously decide: are we going to bring somebody in, or is there somebody out there that's above those guys? Just to bring bodies in to compete with those guys. You'd be kind of looking for somebody to come in and provide a 1-2 punch for Emmett Johnson. Again, it's interesting just to see, because this offseason is kind of playing out. I mean, you could see from a distance, okay, here's a few places Nebraska's going to struggle. I don't think they did enough in the portal. This might be a cause for concern. And the coaching staff did their best to say, no, we feel good about what we have, and we didn't necessarily. And now that those concerns are becoming real, it's kind of back to, well, we didn't have the money in the transfer portal.
Don't make no excuses.
Yeah.
Them your guys. You brought them in here. You thought they'd come in and help you. So
yeah, and it's tough. I mean, it is tough as we know, recruiting, even transfer portal, the hit rate and what you expect.
You
out of
said it. The hit rate is very, very low. So
yeah. So it's easy from the outside to now, in hindsight, go back and say you should have got this guy or that guy. Sometimes they don't work out. Sometimes they do. Let's get to some NFL stuff here, guys. Couple teams 0-3. Couple teams already making their adjustments. Is 0-3 too early to panic? Well, the Giants and the Titans, I don't know about panicking, but they're at least making some moves at this point. The Giants are benching Russell Wilson in favor of Jackson Dart just 3 games into the season.
I watched that game, and you saw that coming. I mean, Russ threw some passes, ill-advised passes he shouldn't have thrown. And then you can hear the fans. And you spoke about Arizona State earlier. That running back that they had last year,
Scadaboo. Yeah.
Scadaboo. He's doing a really good job for the Giants. And so yeah, it's time. It's time. You got to get that. You let that rookie that you drafted sit for 3 weeks, and the veteran guy is not getting it done. So it's time to put him out there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, Jameis Winston's still on the roster too. If they want to play musical chairs at quarterback, but it makes you wonder too: is this finally it for Russell Wilson as a starting quarterback in the NFL?
He's fallen a long way. I think Father Time has caught up with him, and maybe it's time for him to hang it up.
Yeah, or at least acknowledge where he might be, and maybe make some more money on the bench if you want to. But I'm not gonna live up to maybe what he once was in the league. The Titans are the other team. They're making a switch. It's not going to be a quarterback though. It's going to be from their head coaching, play calling duties. So Brian Callahan, of course, son of Bill Callahan, former Nebraska football head coach, said that he's relinquishing his offensive play calling duties to quarterbacks coach Bo Hardigree. So that will be kind of interesting. It obviously Titans have not done well under Callahan's tenure so far, and they were outscored at 94-51 to this point in the season. That included fans booing and chanting "Fire Callahan" during Sunday's 41-20 loss to the Colts. To this point, again, Tennessee is averaging 17 points per game. That's 28th in the NFL. Of course, expecting a little bit more from Cam Ward in this offense, but at the same time, you got the number 1 pick for a reason. I mean, you were down there for a reason. But I get it. I mean, at some point, you want to try to make these adjustments. 0-3 start, not great. You wonder if Brian Callahan's days in Tennessee are numbered.
Is this year 1?
This is year 2.
Oh, this year 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be numbered. But again, that's called looking yourself in the mirror, and seeing what you can do to better the team, not only the team but yourself. So he made that decision for a reason.
Yeah, definitely interesting stuff going there for Callahan and the Titans. What do you guys think at this point? Of course, there's certain teams in here. We saw the Lions and Ravens play a game. One of them was going to be below 500 after the end. And so there's some teams, the Chiefs being included, haven't started the season the way they wanted to. But if you're 0-3 at this point, panic, changes need to be made, or do you think you need to stay the course? Of course, it depends on which teams I'm talking about here, because a lot of these teams are in familiar territory. So the 0-3 teams at this point: the Jets, the Dolphins, the Texans, the Titans, the Giants, New Orleans, and that's everything.
The only team I would be concerned about is the Texans, because I think their head guy's done a good job down there, and so I don't think you panic. I think you see going forward, like my man is going to make a change with the offensive play calling. See what you can do. See if you can make any changes within the system to see what goes, how it happens the next few weeks, and then if you 0-5 or 1-4, and then you're gonna start hitting the panic button.
Now, what if you're a team like Terrell's Atlanta and you got shut out 30-0 by Carolina, who hasn't been very good the last
now that's
mute his mic.
Now that's concerning.
Oh, that's a little concerning.
That's a little concerning. I do want to give a shout out to my guy Jack Stoll, tight end, former Nebraska tight end. He caught his first touchdown pass for the Saints this weekend, and I'm happy for that kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Terrell, you still you're gonna follow the Falcons? Hope they make a big play.
I always follow the Falcons. No, you don't worry. No, you don't. I do.
No, you don't.
They're on my follow list.
Is Penix the guy, or what? You go back to Cousins.
He's still kind of young.
He's young. He's young.
Season's still young. Only 1-2, so you don't expect it.
But you lost to
Carolina.
Yeah,
I know.
30-0.
Who's your team?
They got goose egg.
Who's your team?
I don't have a team.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't.
See what the Rams are.
See, there you go. So if you want to go there, even when the Rams moved to St. Louis, I didn't jump on the bandwagon.
Who's closest?
I'm the Cardinals.
Really?
I'll give you Chicago.
Cardinals.
Chicago.
No. So
Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, love to hear it.
Yeah. So I mean,
don't get on Bock bandwagon.
No, I'm not on that. I'm
this will get both of you kicked off the show right here.
Okay, you sound like somebody else, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, because Bock mentioned it. Bock tried to throw my.
Bock just
started this.
Yeah, he did. So again, going back to what you said, I never jumped on.
There's 4 teams that Bock could have named the 0-3 teams. Okay,
I named all the 0-3 teams,
but don't mention my 1-2 Falcons. Okay, that's what you messed up at. You could have said, "Oh, we could have went with Carolina."
They did lose to the Carolina Panthers
or the Chicago Bears.
They did lose
or
to
the Giants.
Did you see what the Bears did this weekend? Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
he finally showed up. He finally showed up.
Yeah, watch him next week.
Well, along with the Browns, I mean, it's a good reminder this past week that you can lose to anybody in the NFL on any given Sunday.
On any given Sunday, and on any given Saturday, you can lose to anybody too.
Yeah.
All right, Farley, I'm gonna leave you alone. Bro. I don't want my mic muted.
Oh, you good?
So why would you say the Cardinals were your team? Because of the St. Louis connection?
Growing up
still?
because of St. Louis.
Yeah, sure,
the original Cardinals. Neil Lomax.
Yeah.
Otis Anderson, Stump Mitchell, Roy Green. So those guys. But then when the Cardinals moved to Arizona, I followed them, but I didn't follow them because they weren't the St. Louis Cardinals anymore. So when the Rams moved in, everybody jumped on the Rams bandwagon. I didn't. The only time I rooted for the Rams is when they had Grant and Toby Wright. So other than that, no.
How long was the gap between the Cardinals leaving and the Rams coming?
I don't know, but I don't even remember because I left them alone after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even remember.
Go back and look at that.
Your team is the St. Louis Rams.
No, it's not.
There are no St. Louis.
There is no St. Louis Rams. It's the Battlehawks now.
Arizona was not in the.
They moved there, Farley.
Okay, so where did the L.A. Rams come from?
What did you mean? The St. Louis Rams?
The L.A. Rams. Now,
they came from St. Louis.
Okay, that's your team.
That's not my team.
Yes.
No, I told you when they came to St. Louis, I never jumped on their bandwagon. Even when it was the greatest show on turf, I never jumped on their bandwagon.
Well, you are now.
No, I'm not.
93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevenson Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevenson Smith Construction slams expectations. Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. See a high around 71. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies with a low around 58. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies with a light breeze. An afternoon high near 74. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all. And full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters. And the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Kreekak of State Farm Insurance.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. The ACC has agreed to move its schedule to 9-game conference schedule with at least one non-conference game against a Power 4 team, Bob.
Yeah, sounds familiar. Sounds something like the SEC's was doing.
Sound like we heard that yesterday before.
And of course, the Big Ten's got their 9-game conference schedule already locked in. They just have to follow these moves and maybe guarantee a non-con against a Power 4.
All right. Nebraska's going to bye week this week, so there's not too much we can talk about Nebraska football team. But tomorrow, we're going to do – what can we do to fix some of these holes on defense, offense?
I mean, we already said it. It ain't like you can go make a trade.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't make a trade. So you have to take this week to get better at what you're good at and try to fix what you're bad at because it's on film. You can't run from it now. It's on film. So teams going forward are going to look at this Michigan game. They're not going to just look at the Michigan game. They're going to look at the previous 3 games before Michigan and see where they were getting, when I say beat at or gashed at, or, you know, where Nebraska's weaknesses are. And teams are going to do things to try to expose it, to continue to expose Nebraska's weaknesses. So, again, you can't go trade a D lineman for a D lineman. You can't go trade a receiver for a receiver, an O lineman for an O lineman. You are what you have on your roster. What can you do going forward to fix the things that you've been exposed at?
How'd you see it with the schedule too coming up? Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota. Those could be some tough games.
It's going to be some dogfights.
Yeah,
those games aren't going to be easy. So again, you're in the meat and potatoes of the Big Ten now. Those preseason games, and you want to call them whatever you want to call them, they're over with. You know, what are you going to do going forward to fix your weaknesses, and then you'll see.
Yeah. Has there been, obviously, kind of having worked in the football offices, is it like from the outside, we all go, we want 8 or 9 wins, and we circle it and we put it up in our room. Is there any sort of idea of like, here's some big goal that we have? Obviously, you want to win the championship, you want to, win the playoffs, but you think like the roster's like going through, well, lost to Michigan, so now we're mark that off, and now our top goal is going to be 9 wins now.
No, I think, again, and I've heard it since the first week leading up to Michigan game, everybody's been talking about stats. Where we're at in stats, who's leading this in stats, who's leading that in stats. I told Farley that last week. I told you guys that last week. I don't care about stats. All I care about is wins and losses. I mean, you can lead the Big Ten in rushing, you can lead the Big Ten in passing, but if you're losing, it does not matter. And as far as wins and losses, again, we be doing this state and all the fans around Nebraska, the Nebraska fans around the country, a disservice if we want to settle for mediocrity and go 7-5 or 8-4. I think 9 wins or more is where Nebraska needs to be. And sooner or later, it's got to be 10 wins. It's got to be for a Big Ten championship. It's got to be for a national championship. If not, you're settling. You're failing this state and all the fans around the country for the University of Nebraska.
And certainly, like steps in the right direction, progress obviously can kind of be along the way. As you looked at that Michigan game, did you come out of that thinking they're pretty much the rankings might be correct? Maybe Michigan 22nd ranked felt like kind of a 22nd ranked team. Nebraska just outside the top 25. Is that about the same feeling you had going in as you left?
Yes, that's the same feeling I had. Again, like I said, if you beat Michigan, now you're ranked. Michigan is unranked. If you don't beat Michigan, you can't keep crying that Michigan's ranked and you're not ranked because you had your opportunity to knock Michigan off. So, again, you did not do it. So, yeah, the rankings were right.
We've also got USA Today listed their Big Ten stadium rankings, and Nebraska not as high as maybe some fans would like. Ohio State came in at number 1, Penn State at number 2, Oregon at number 3, Michigan at number 4, Washington at number 5, Iowa at 6, Wisconsin at 7, Nebraska all the way back at 8, ahead of USC and Michigan State to round out the top 10. As you kind of look at those rankings, I think a lot of people mention it. Probably do Nebraska a lot better if they had won more games recently. Then you could kind of feel like it was more of a daunting stadium atmosphere. I think a lot of people across the country, I mean, specifically, Josh Pate came in. You had obviously the Bustin' with the Boys group, and Will Compton knows well what Nebraska has to offer. But with that CBS afternoon showing, a lot of people, I think, were pretty impressed with the atmosphere that Nebraska has, and it certainly can move up that list if Nebraska all of a sudden, rattles off a 12-game home winning streak or something like that.
What's Nebraska ranking in about?
They're ranked 8th in the Big Ten, according to USA Today in stadium rankings.
Stadiums? I could name I couldn't name 8 better ones in the Big Ten.
You said you can or you couldn't?
I couldn't.
You couldn't?
No.
I mean, I've played
Ohio State, Michigan,
Penn State,
Washington. I wouldn't say Oregon Stadium is bigger than.
No, we're not talking about bigger. We're talking about atmosphere.
I don't think their atmosphere is better.
So when we went out there and played Oregon, I was shocked at the atmosphere that Oregon had when we played out there. Was it under?
Was it Riley?
Riley.
Yeah,
it was under Riley. I was shocked at the atmosphere. I played at Washington before, and I know what that place can be like. I mean, it's right off the water, and that place can get loud. Michigan is Michigan, Penn State is Penn State. I mean, Iowa,
Nebraska probably got the 5th best.
I would agree with you. I mean, we've had the longest sellout streak. So, supposedly sellout streak in college football.
Yeah.
But this state and the people that the love and passion they have for this university is unprecedented. I mean, I would give Nebraska number 1 according to the fan base and the fan base in the state and what they think of this university, because they have not wavered one bit. The people that have had their tickets and season tickets in their families for going back 50, 60 years, they're devoted to this program. So I would rate them number 1 in that aspect. But as far as atmosphere, I would be hard to see them less than 5.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, again, I think if they win a couple more ball games, that'll probably help them jump in those rankings. Wisconsin's been losing some ball games, so I'm surprised they aren't falling down. And again, you go back to the jump around. That's always famous. People wait till the third quarter then leave.
That's Oregon.
Yeah,
that's what? That's Wisconsin.
That's Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's Wisconsin.
Yeah, they bit off us. They're biters.
No, we never really done anything.
Yeah,
in the fourth quarter until recently. You didn't know that, did you?
Light show.
That's it.
Yeah,
we just started
recent.
that.
That's a recent.
That's recent.
Yeah, we just shouldn't have to.
And then Iowa has the salute, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, when I played, what we did in the fourth quarter was eat hot dogs. So that was our,
Me too.
That was our.
I'm with you. We had hot dogs slid through the fence for us. I'm with you.
All right. Thank you for listening to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 to the ticket. Tune in tomorrow for Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler. We're out.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring.